I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, the most important words that you utter all day are what? Come on, think about it. The most important words you utter are the words that you say to yourself. Jarel Shaw is a young man who knows this all too well. He has penned a book that is just delightful, it's inspirational, and they are words you will want to fill your mind, your heart, and your soul with. They are called Kwauliti Words to Self, and we are delighted to have Jarel Shaw join us here today on Spotlight. Jarel, thank you so much for being our guest.
I think it's very much a pleasure to be here and to be a guest on here.
Pleasure is all mine. For an introduction, let's just tell the folks at home what your book is all about.
Oh yeah. So my book basically is about um reevaluating the life within oneself, the life that a person comes in contact with, and the life that a person comes in contact with them around them. Right. So these words that I have are pretty much words that I have gathered over the years as a 24-year-old and feel that these words are as powerful as they can be to help a person understand the life all around and especially within themselves to reevaluate, to rethink in all purposes within life. And uh, it's just about the life everywhere, everywhere when it comes to outside and inside a person.
Wonderful. What inspired you to write the book?
Um, Honestly, what really inspired me to write this book was just the idea of execution. Because this is my second book, and I really wanted to take the approach on really starting my my poetry journey, being a poet, being an author on my own. And I've always wanted to be a poet, and I never really started because my first book was more statements, more of a regular book. Um, and I finally, just thought, how can I, just start my journey? When can I start my journey? And I just simply thought to myself, it's about executing. I need to just go ahead and just write it because the words was already written. I just need to I need to put these words together and compile these words into the best like quality, as we all say, quality, and not quantity of an aspect of a book, and it really I really wanted to communicate with people in the best way that I could, and my best way is poetry.
Absolutely. Now, when you say these words were already written, are you talking about writing them in your head first and then putting them down on your paper?
No, these words that I have in this book, they have been on my whole entire life.
Hmm.
So basically, these I had to go through a array of poems that I've written uh, from when I started in middle school to now, and I compiled them all. So the words were already written. They're already done. I just had to take the initiative. I had to put the work in to go through my poems again, put in the editing process, get the cover, have the passion behind it to just simply execute on creating this book.
Wonderful. Now, is there a poem in the book that's your favorite?
Um, you know, I cannot believe that I was not prepared for that question
That's
because
okay. They're all your
they're
babies. You
all my
love them
favorites.
all. You love them all equally.
Man, um, if if I had to choose, I'd have to say it would be wait your turn.
Okay.
And the reason why is because as a former athlete, I realized, after a while that even though that you have this wonderful goal and you have some things that you want to obtain and have, for yourself, and somebody else, may be on that way to that same thing, right? And the thing that we're trying to get to, it's yours, it's already in your grasp, but somebody else came before you, somebody else worked harder, somebody
Hmm.
else already put in the grind, somebody already put in the blood, sweat, and tears to get what you're also looking for, or you're also trying to get. And it's not always, your turn yet. It's not always going to be my turn. Somebody else came before me and is ready to take what I'm looking at the same way, but they put in a different type of grind. They put in a different type of blood, sweat, and tears, and it's gonna be theirs. I have to pay attention. One of the reasons why I wrote this poem is that I had to pay attention. So look, it's their time. It's their time to shine. They have to experience what they've been working for their whole entire life, and I have to take note of what's in front of me to understand that I have to grasp what I'm seeing, and I have to be prepared for when it's my moment.
Mm.
But until then, I have to wait my turn. I have to wait. I have to prepare in my own way because when we all get to that spot we're looking for, it's different for everybody,
Mm.
whatever it is. Always different. You're always going to experience being a champion a different way. You're always going to experience getting your first medal, getting your first best job. You're always going to experience it differently. Getting the promotion, you're always going to experience it differently. So, but while you're watching a person, don't get upset. You know it's your turn. Your turn's coming up, but you gotta wait. You just gotta wait for it.
Absolutely. And also it's different. You see what's going on the external of a person. You have no idea what's happening inside that person. And they might be seemingly having a easier path than you, but you never know. You never know what struggles that other person is going through.
Exactly. You never know. You never know what it took for them to even be in the position that they're in. For you to see them in that position. I mean, you never know. So
Absolutely. Now, this poem that you chose as your favorite, any chance you could read it for us? Or is that putting you too much on the spot? Or would you want to
like
grab the book and read it? There we go. I'd like to hear. We've got the
yeah,
time, so let's take a listen. The
most
name of the
definitely,
book
most
once
definitely.
again is called Kwauliti Words to Yourself, and quality is spelled differently if you're looking for this book online. It's Kwauliti, and it's written by Jarel Shaw, and he's going to grace us with his fine words, one of his favorite poems right now.
Yeah. Wait your turn. Wait your turn. It's firm. May come in turn or quit turn. Your fire be graced to see and waiting to be burned out. We still come learn. Figured out your birth, capitalized on your worth, learning from every return. Your life to concern, I wonder what it yearns, spurn, not wanting response, the ability to have your own, never to say to earn because you have, but then wouldn't have firm, or the ability to control it. Wait your turn, not to speak. How long did one sleep? What did you eat? What did you wake up and feel in the bleak of the meat of the sun? These things matter when one smiles cheek to cheek for what they say. Go ahead, don't tweet. How many people do you treat? Yes, bless, reminding they exist better to treat, not making some feel alone in their seat, covered in wheat of how far deep is around them. Don't wonder how deep, knowing one did. Take a seat, take a sip. Picture standing slightly on a corner, calmly waiting your turn. It's dark. Look up to the sky to see art. Mine goes little. A mizzle is a drizzle, not about how you do, but how you are alive. There are people alive, not even alive. Most haven't heard yet. Like somebody actually getting the gap had to had to make a plan like the US going from Iraq to Iran. The mind is the prize to where one should capitalize and monetize, but because of how one monetize may be the issue, but what is stimuli? Wait your turn. Coming through the rough for one to gain to get to the next level. A people do match stone. What? You love yourself, but you can't admit when you're wrong, wonder why there is aching. Plant firm, but while one is acting, you staggering, dangerous. I'll tell you now, I'm not broken. I'm cooking with my own apron. Don't let a crisis be wasted. You will make it. Believe in patience. Wait your turn. We don't want to be lazy. We can see. We want to be. We shall be. Yes, I indeed. We gotta see. Keep putting in the work while being patient. We are the ability to do who we want to be, and we are here for the long run and oversee. It ain't a sightsee. We are here in the end with the guarantee of producing the best. So stop being ahead of its own, slit rascal, trying to be modern, stubborn, known good and golden well, a rug burn hurt, wobbly but stern, self up, sensitive crybaby. Wait your turn. And I really have to say, I mean,
Wonderful,
you
wonderful. You did a great job reading it. They're beautiful words, they're inspirational. And I do think, particularly as a young person, you sometimes are dying to get out there, achieve your goal, achieve your dream. And that motivation is good, but you don't want it to be stressful to you. So that poem is a good way of finding peace in the journey.
thank you. I mean, I really have to say, I mean, I mean, in the moment of me writing those words, I can just remember like me literally looking at a person that just want to race and you want to be in their spot. You want to be where they are, and you also want the glory that comes with it. You want the praise, you want, the bow downs from people, but
Right.
it's for them. It's their time to shine. It's their time. Embrace it because it's going to be your time soon.
Wonderful. Now, what's the other book you wrote? Tell me about your other book.
The other book that I wrote this when I was a junior in high school. I co-wrote this book because I wrote this with my English teacher. It's called Secrets We Keep from the Youth. And this book was based off of just to me looking around as a child, as a kid, and realizing like there are just other things. I had questions. We all have questions for why are we learning certain things? Why aren't we learning certain things? And I just had questions, and there weren't a lot of people answering my questions besides my English teacher at the time.
Mhm.
And he felt that I had an appropriate mind to answer these questions because I was going out and I was answering them and I was coming back to him with the answer. So he decided that that my mind was ready to put it on paper, and I just agreed to it, and I believe it was a great start to my author journey. And I really that book in particular was really, again, for people that just they have questions, the youth, they have questions, and I wanted to answer some of those questions that most people have. So
Wonderful, wonderful. I haven't read that myself, but I'm looking forward to reading it now after hearing from you and meeting with you. Tell me a little bit about the other part of your life. You mentioned to me that you're also a dancer. Tell me a little bit about
yes,
that.
so I started dancing when I was two. Um, yeah, sugar pie, honey buns. That old song got me in the groove. And from there, um, I just dance became my breath. I don't know if anybody usually knows what that means, but it just became a part of me in a way where I just do it and I think about it every single day. Um, I have a YouTube channel where I do post videos of me dancing. I also have a Rumble. I also post on that. And at times I do go around and I perform on stage to help with my stage presence. I still got to work on that. Even going through high school, I had to work on that. Um, I've choreographed some classes before, um, but dancing, uh, yeah, the best way to say it is that it's my breath. It's the way that I move the majority of the time. It's the best way I can express myself without any stoppage. And it's really for me, it's as a freestyle dancer, not necessarily the choreographer, but as a freestyle dancer. It's very interesting to me how it's the known and the unknown at the same time
Yeah.
because you're hearing things in you and you're feeling things uh, to any type of music, and you don't know what's coming next, but you know it's what you want to express next. And I've always appreciated and I've always just admired just myself on my abilities, on how much I just practice and where I've shifted between different types of styles. I started I started with contemporary. Then I began pop. I began robotics, um, dubstep. If anybody remembers the dubstep dance, and now I'm head on with hip hop. And I still try and mix in everything that I've ever learned. But dance is definitely my breath. I love it completely.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, you're fluid with your words, you're fluid with your steps. I think it's a great combination. The name of the book is Kwauliti Words to Self. It's written by Jarel Shaw. He's a very talented young man. He's an author, he's a poet, he's a dancer, and a great guy. And it's been great talking to you here on Spotlight. Thank you for your time, Jarel.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time. This time, until next time, on Spotlight.